It's story time. And I have so many stories like these I've just been holding back, but I figured I would tell you guys a cool story about the time I almost met Drake. Almost. I was just about this. About this nose. Everybody knows that Drake is my husband. We're married. We've been married for so many years. Like, the only difference is we just don't live in the same house. We don't go on dates. We don't hang out on a daily basis. But we're definitely married, right? Definitely married. This marriage is dated back, I'm going to say, since I was 16. Now, it was illegal at the time, but it's still... Anyway, moving on. The summer of 2012, I'm going to set the stage for you. Summer of 2012. I was a huge Frank Ocean fan. I was a Frank Ocean fan way before Channel Orange actually dropped. Channel Orange dropped on July 10th, 2012. I was a Frank Ocean fan all the way dating back to the Lonnie Bro collection. If you don't know what that is, then you're not a Frank Ocean fan. And then, of course, you got the mixtape, not Nostalgia Ultra, that blew up. Crazy story. So the people who actually did Lonnie Bro and Nostalgia Ultra, they go by the name of Midi Mafia. They were like the main producers on the project. I actually worked with them on multiple occasions and have a whole little connection with there. That's probably another story, right? Another story. Anyway, summer of 2012, and Channel Orange had just dropped. I'm gonna say probably like maybe 2 weeks prior to this concert day. He had announced the concert beforehand. I had bought tickets before Channel Orange even dropped. It was at the Wiltern, I believe. I'm going to double check the name. Hold on. But the concert was at the Wiltern in Los Angeles, and which is like a renowned theater known. I'm going to say the concert tickets was probably like $40, which is like, if you think that's crazy, Frank Ocean concert tickets now would go for hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, right? It's so rare. But I got in early because I was one of the fans before the album even dropped, right? So I had a ticket for, it's like if you see the way the Wiltern, maybe I'll put up a seating chart of how the Wiltern is set up. There's like seats areas, and then there's like a general area, and then all the way towards the stage, right? The stage is like a VIP pit area, right? So I was supposed to be like an area back, right? But yeah, I get my ticket and they kind of file you in, right? They like file you in, and I just walked right past the security guard. That is the number one. If you're trying to get backstage or in a VIP seated area, you have to act like you know where you're going, and you gotta just walk past. So this is before I was even quote unquote scribe cash. Mind you, I had started rapping. I was literally in high school. This is before my senior year. I had my Kia Soul. Man, I missed that car, man. That good memories. I had my Kia Soul. I was able to drive to the concert myself. But I was still young. I was in high school, so I was under 18. I must have been 16 going to 17, right around that age. And so I just was a huge Frank Ocean fan, and I wanted to go see this show. And I wanted to be as close to the stage as possible. And I was able to do that because I just acted like I belonged in the VIP area. Like, the dude was checking tickets, right? It's a whole barricade block, and I just walked right by him. I just looked forward and just walked right by him. So I got really close to the stage, right? Craziest thing, this performance is like so freaking legendary, because Earl Sweatshirt came out during the performance. And if you're like into OF and that culture and all that, you know, Earl doesn't show up for anything, like, at all. And he performed his verse that he had on Super Rich Kids there. Not only that, but this entire tour, like, this is John Mayer played the guitar for Frank Ocean. Like, he's just there playing the guitar, not singing, not performing, anything. That's how you know you're legendary. John Mayer wants to be your guitar player. Like, literally was his guitar player for the entire tour. And this is, like, I mean, Thinking About You had just dropped, so it hadn't even reached his height or anything, and John Mayer was on his tour. Like, this is just wild. Now, mind you, if you really know Frank Ocean, you know, like, he's been a songwriter. Before he even blew up, he was writing songs for other people for years. Jay-Z, Beyonce, like, you name it, he's written and ghostwritten for a lot of people. So it's not that shocking that he would have some type of a connection with John Mayer. But it's just like, I guess the equivalent is like Prince showing up and playing for like guitar for, I don't even like who's like not lower, not less talented, but you know what I'm saying, like for somebody like that's like Prince showing up, and this is not the same, but like Prince showing up playing guitar for Bobby Brown. Like that's that on Bobby Brown's tour. Like that's wild. Like like this man makes millions of dollars every time he steps on the stage, and he just wanted to play guitar for you, like on to hang out and kick it on your tour. Like wild. So this whole show is crazy. Frank Ocean is up there killing it. I wish I still had that iPhone because I have videos and pictures and everything, right? And then like another thing that was random. And so there's a show that I grew up watching called Lincoln Heights, right? And like this show, I was like obsessed with the show. And so randomly, one of the cast members, she's gone on to do a bunch of dope things, and like we ended up being connected with like multiple people later. And her name is Ryan Nicole Brown. She ends up being there. I'm like, yo, dope. Like, nice to meet you. I'm a fan of your work. Like, so all this is happening at the same time. The show is going on. He sings, I'm thinking about you. Like, and I'm just singing my heart out. All this. The next thing you know, like, in between the show, like, in the middle of one of the songs, everybody starts screaming. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? So mind you, like I said, this is 2012, I think 2012 or 2011, what did I say, 2012. So like we have social media, but it's nowhere near like what it is going on, like at all, nowhere near what's going on. And we had like Twitter, Facebook, and I think Instagram may have just got started, right? I'm like, so all I hear is these girls screaming. And so like I check my phone, I'm like, what's going on, right? Like someone just tells me to go to Twitter. Freaking Drake is in the stands. This is a small theater. This is like not a huge big theater. This is a regular like small theater. Drake is in the stands, right? He's like, okay, so I'm up by the stage, right? I'll put the thing up. I'm up by the stage. He's like in a seat. I guess he had like a security guard, right? Or whatever. And so the concert is going on, right? And then I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna get a chance. This is it. This is law of attraction. I didn't even know what law of attraction was at the time, but this is law of attraction. I'm gonna get a chance to meet my husband. Finally, I'm gonna get a chance to meet my husband. Concert's over, right? I'm like, ooh, I gotta get backstage, right? I gotta get backstage. So I know that I'm not the only one. There's a bunch of females there. There's a whole bunch of females thinking the same thing, right, bruh? So as I'm walking, concert's over, and I see the backstage is off to the right. So as I just like walk that way, I barely miss him. Like barely miss him, right? And him and his security guy, they go boop backstage. And mind you, it's so ridiculous for me to think that he's even going to want me because I'm a kid. Like looking back at this, right? Like I'm looking back at this mindset. I was for sure under 18. I was for sure not on his list to talk to at all. Like whatsoever. I would have got swerved. But in my head, I was gonna meet Drake and we was gonna get married, right? And so he walked by, boop, I had just missed him. And I tried the whole walk by thing, but you know, at this point, Drake is there. So the security has gotten beefed up and I wasn't able just to walk backstage, that part. So I almost met Drake. I really did. I really almost met. I've been in the same room with Drake on multiple occasions, that part, but it just hasn't happened. But I'm putting it in the atmosphere now. Drake is my husband. He just doesn't know yet. That's the only difference. He just doesn't know. But when he finds out, trust me, look. And don't even think it's too far-fetched. Nick Cannon used to talk about how he was gonna marry Mariah Carey for years, bro. Like, and then he actually did it. There's so many other people who actually married their celebrity crushes. So I'm not that far off. I'm telling you. Almost met Drake. I have so many more stories like these of just celebrities and other people I've encountered and met that I'll start sharing. Just let me know if you like this story. I'll share more. The like button, sub button, bell button. Bye.